Hi everyone. So today I am gonna do some dehydration of some herbs. So I've got mint, sage, and I've got some. If I remember right, I think that's rosemary. Yeah, rosemary. So I'm gonna dehydrate. Hopefully, I just need to get it prepared first. Um, all of this is organic, 100% organic. There's not being treated with any chemicals or any nasty stuff you get from the supermarket. I feel a bit bunged up today. I think the hay fever levels where I live is pretty high at the moment. So I do apologise if I'm sound bunged up. So I'm not really fussed if I don't get every single piece, only because I've got so much of it in the garden that I've got enough to I've got enough to last me quite a few years, if that makes sense. So I can be a little bit fussy with what I've got. So today, if I remember right, is 16th of April. I could be wrong on the date. It's either the 16th or the 18th of April, one of them two. And so yeah, that's one of the sage, or two types of sage. This is one of two. Now, if you watch my gardening videos from last year, you know I've got loads and loads and loads of this stuff. Now, if you don't have much, then yeah, you can be a little bit more um, fussy with how much you got. But with me, I don't have to. Don't have to be fussy. So yeah, I do want to apologise for not posting for best part of a year, or if not longer. It's just life gets in the way, and for the past year or so, I haven't really had much time to do any of this kind of stuff. And not only that, not many people are interested in this kind of thing. Now, if I was doing a bug out bag video, um, yeah, if I was doing a bug out bag video, yeah, I'll get loads of get loads of views and comments and all that. But this kind of video, I don't get really much love from it, so I don't really film this. So again, wild. Yeah, this is wild mint. Again, the reason why I call it wild because I've got so much in the garden that is actually growing wild. So again, I'm not going to show you every little thing. I'm just talking while I'm doing this at the moment, so there will be edits in this video. So, like I said, I used to be really into survival, prepping, dehydration, canning, all that kind of stuff. I used to be really into it. And then COVID happened, and I kind of like not bothered since the beginning of COVID. Now, I know COVID is still with us. Yeah, in other words, people still get COVID even today. It's up there. It's not like the flu these days. It's still around. You can say it may not hear it as much. So I kind of like can be bothered because I kind of like prove the point. It's like prepping for a global pandemic, which we kind of had, which yeah wasn't as bad as 1918. If you know much about the Spanish flu, you know back in 1918, um, yeah, quite a lot of people got infected. Quite a lot of people died from it, and that's what I was kind of preparing for. And then when COVID happened, it's like, yeah, prove my point. You know, survival, prepping, that kind of thing. Yeah, has its use. Now, guys, I'm not a hardcore prepper. I'm not a hardcore survivalist. Um, but where the world is at the moment with all the wars going on, yeah, at this moment in time, with the way Trump is at the moment, I feel that I need to get back into it because it wouldn't surprise me if there's something in the works. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, even though I used to watch him back in the day. But I see the stuff that's on the news. Well, I don't really watch the news, but I hear stuff from other people, and it does kind of make you think. You know, Trump being Trump, you got the Russian-Ukraine war. So Putin, I think that's his name, being Putin, keep threatening with nuclear war. When it comes to nuclear war, I personally believe that all of us would be gone. So it don't matter how much fruit and veg I've got stored away. Well, where I'm located, I'm I'm located between London and a nuclear base. Not nuclear base. What am I talking about? In between London and a naval base. So I'm going to get quite a lot of that radiation blast, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not expecting to survive if that happens. But if something like COVID happens again, or if Trump being Trump and another pandemic happens, or another financial thingy-mabob happens, I know I'll survive that, if that makes sense. So I'm going to stop the video here because I've still got quite a lot of more to do and I don't want to make this a long video. Maybe I do have an idea. Maybe I will make like a stewy casserole kind of like thing, so I'm going to keep that to one side. I may or may not record that if I do decide to make it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the video soon, and once I've got that sorted out, I'll turn the camera back on. So I'll see you all very soon. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I have literally just finished off my my herbs. So what I'm going to do now, I have washed them. Sorry about the angle. No, I can't get any better angle on that, guys. So I do apologise on the angle. So I have washed me mint and sage, and I have finished. Just bear with me. So what I'm going to do now is hopefully put all this lot on a tray. So I do use a white debris thingy to put on my trays. This basically stops them from falling out of the bottom. Now I don't really mind if they are mixed as such, only because I am planning on blending the sage and mint together and turn it into more of like a powder. That is kind of my plan, if that makes sense. So let's what I'm going to do, one of the things I've learned is to put the stuff in before you turn it on, especially when it comes to things like what I'm doing. So like mint, if you turn it on while you're for it to heat up, and then you put this kind of stuff in, it will literally just blow it all over the place. If you tray it up, put it in, then turn it on, less likely it's going to blow all over the kitchen, if that makes sense. So like I said at the beginning of the video, guys, I like doing this kind of thing, but people don't really watch it. So what I'm going to do, I've got a week off in May. If the weather is good, which I can't promise, it is the UK after all, I will make some videos in the woods, because I know that's kind of stuff that you guys like. Days like today, again guys, if you want me to, leave a comment below. If you don't want me to, then again, leave a comment below. But in between, say like between now and my week off in May, I'll be doing this kind of stuff. If I can go out of a weekend or my days off, then I will. But I'm going to do the going out in the woods. So yeah, I'll be going out in the woods, draw my like holidays, and then do this kind of stuff in between. So Like I said, guys, if you want me to do this kind of stuff, let me know. If you don't, let me know. When my partner found out I was doing this today, he said, good. It's a very good video to put me to sleep. So I know that these kind of videos are very boring. But like I said, I haven't posted in a year or so. So it's about time I started recording these kind of videos. Don't do that just yet. So yeah, there are now this is kind of thrown on here, but as they start to dehydrate, they start to shrink. So it's one of those things. You don't have to keep looking or checking on these things, but every so often, so in my case, when I get up to go to the toilet, or if I'm doing another job or whatever, then I will come and check and again move these around. So I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing it that way. Well, you do it your way, I do it my way. So I do have enough room for one more. Just going to sort out my rosemary vase very quickly. Get it washed. Again, I'm not really fussed on what it looks like because I've got so much in the garden that I can fill my whole kitchen up with this stuff. So yeah, just in case you wonder what I'm doing, just doing my rosemary real quick. Just getting all the good pieces. Because what I'm going to do, I've got a spare tray, and it kind of makes sense to dehydrate this stuff. Now this, I know you can't really see it at the moment because I'm off camera, but with my rosemary that I've got, I'll be putting in a different jar when it's done, because if you ever ate rosemary, it's very like the texture is very woody, and if you chew on it, it's like chewing on wood. So I'll be dehydrating it and putting it into a different jar, if that makes sense. So then I'll be putting this on, if I was doing a roast, putting this on a roast, and then when it comes to eating the roast, you can just flick it off, if that makes sense. With the sage and mint, it doesn't really matter because it's not very chewy. Hope that makes sense. Most of the stuff I say don't make sense. Like I said, I'm doing these kind of videos, guys, just because there might be someone out there that in the same boat as me, don't really know what they're doing, but they want to do something. I'm one of those guys that have shown that you don't have to be an expert in any of this. Even the experts had to start from somewhere. No one is an expert when they were born. If that makes sense. So these experts out there, they won't tell you all the hours they did training for what they do. They'll just say, oh yeah, I'm an expert in whatever. Yeah, but how many years have you been doing it? Yeah, they had to work to get where they are. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, I do have another one. Again, I got off what I could. Let's do that bit. There's quite a bit there. Okay, so if I do it that way. Okay, so I've just learned something that I didn't know I could do. I think I made more of a mess than I have. Yeah, I think I made more of a mess. Anyway, that's one. I'm just going to quickly just do the other one. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is you don't have to be a chef to do this kind of stuff. All you gotta do is have a brain. Now I do have a question for you guys. Do you find if you stand in one spot long enough, you start to get a backache? Because that's what I'm experiencing right now. I don't like standing in one spot too long. I start getting backache. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that's the most I want to get out of that. Otherwise I'd be here all day. So again with the rosemary, just give it a wash, which I'm just about to do. Again, just clean up the mess I made. See, all behind the scenes that most people don't see. Because things like that I normally cut out the video. Alright, so what I can do while I'm waiting for that to drip dry is get this going. So, if I bring it forward, so there's the settings there. So I would class it as, what do I class it as? Fruit or veg? What I'm going to do, I'm going to class it as veg. Yeah, so it'll be number 70 and for 7 hours. So what I'm going to do, I'll put it on for 12 hours because there's a lot in there. So what I'll put on number 70, put it on for 12 hours because like I said, there's quite a lot in there. Ooh. And what I'll do now is get my rosemary, give it a shake. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all the blue or the bluish flowers out of all this lot. Because all I want is that bit. That's all I want. I don't want any of the flowers. Because I don't know if you can see it on camera, but these ones do have little flowers on them. It's that time of year. So what I'm going to do now is just pick all the flowers off. Like I said, I'm not going to cut this out of the video, guys. Most people do, but it's one of those things I'll just keep stopping and starting and just... It's more hassle than it's worth. So I'm literally just picking out all the blue flowers. Ooh. Also, I find that all the bits I do need are stuck to my fingers. Let's get those out. Let's do it that way. Let's try and show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm basically just picking out all the flower heads and just trying to keep the stuff I actually need. Because I was kind of reckless. kind of reckless because I was kind of in a rush. If I had all day to do this, it wouldn't be so bad. Now, don't get me wrong. Eating the flowers probably won't be poisonous, but I don't want to take that risk. You know what I mean? So let's do it that way. That might be a bit quicker than trying to do it the other way. Because I don't know, but all of it's sticking to my fingers. So if I do it that way, if I dry my hands, then it may not keep sticking to my fingers. Now, guys and girls, if you are an expert, are they poisonous? Is the flowers on rosemary, are they poisonous? At the moment, I'm classing them that they are, and that's why I'm picking them all out. Because if I'm planning on eating these, I don't want them in my food. I probably just wasted half the stuff that I picked, but better be safe than sorry, right? And I think what I'll do on days like when I'm doing rosemary and stuff like that, I'll do it when I'm not rushing. If that makes sense. Alright. It's all done. So yeah, that's my rosemary. So yeah, that's my rosemary. I'm going to get it in here, if I can. Right, now it's time to clean my kitchen. So yeah, that's one of the things I need to look up is, are those flowers poisonous? That's what I need to look up. Because if you're just using it to make your room smell nice, I don't think it'd be much of an issue. But if you're using it for food, I think it may be an issue. So let me just clean that bit up. And then, so my plan is, guys, with my mint and my sage, I am planning on filling this. This is roughly about a litre, I think, if I remember right. I'm gonna fill all this up now. If you're trying to get my words out, if I put the mint and the sage in here as it is, it will fill the whole tub up. If I dehydrate, one, it'll last longer, but it'll probably be about not even half. So I can probably get all the mint I've got at the moment, all the sage I've got in there quite easily. But for now, because I'm in a bit of a rush, I'm just doing a little bit today. So I'll be doing a little bit every day, if that makes sense. Or a little bit every so often. Where's my other one? So in this one is where I'm going to put all my rosemary. Put it in a smaller jar because, like I said, it's a smaller amount, so I'm going to put it all in there. Put that over there for now so I know where it is. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to shut the camera off. All of it's in there, bubbling away. So I'm going to turn the camera off. Don't matter if it steams up like that, it's just because I washed my veg. Ooh. Again, I've just noticed that. You can come out. So that's the other thing, guys. When you dehydrate, you notice things that shouldn't really be in there, and that's what I'm doing now. Oh, sorry, guys. Just seeing if there's stuff in there that shouldn't be in there. But if it steams up like that, don't worry, because it's just all the moisture. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut the camera off. Once it's finished, I will show you what it looks like after it's finished. So I'll see you all in about 7 or 8 hours. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. So guys, I put it on for a 12-hour timer, and what, a space of 4 hours? It's almost done. But one thing I did forget to mention is that regardless of what you're doing, whether it's fruit or veg, whether it's meat, whether it's herbs, anything like that, always put it on a 12-hour timer, because in some situations, again, depends on what you're doing or how you cut the fruit and veg or meat. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer than the recommended time. So like for fruit, it says 10 hours. It may take longer than 10 hours. One, depending on how much you got on the machine, whether it's a full load, or how much moisture is in the fruit, etc. So always put on a 12-hour timer, and then take it from there. Sometimes it's always best to overdo it than underdo it. So just a little pointer, a little bit of a tip. Yeah, the temperature will still be the same. So if you're doing fruit, for example, 80 C, veg is 70 C, and meat is 60. So again, yeah, that will still be the same. Just always put on a 12-hour timer, if that makes sense. So I think 6 hours. I'm going to leave it on for 6-7 hours, and then it'll be done. As you can tell already, it's all it's all crispy. It's like autumn leaves when they get all crunchy. It's like that. If it's like that, then you know that they're done. And when they get all shriveled, again, it shows that they're done. So that one there. So those lighter colours are sage, those darker colours are the mint. And that's the rosemary. Again, that's almost done. Gonna leave it in there for a bit longer before I put them in the jars. But again, I'll show you that bit when they're ready. Again, feel really dry, so yeah, I'm going to shut the door up because all the stuff is falling all over the glass. So let's put that back in, close the door back up, and yeah, and just leave it as it is. See you all shortly. So everyone, they are finished now. My herbs and all that are finished. So I've turned it off and I let it cool for a few minutes. And now just a fun part of putting it all in a jar without it falling off. That's all stuck to the jar. Now I used to do quite a lot of canning, but people used to whinge when I used to do canning. So I've stopped doing canning and started doing dehydration. And I find that this is a lot more easier. Than canning. So it like in there. And there you go. Some nice dehydrated rosemary. Oh, let's do that bit. Put that on top. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And there you go, very nice sealed jar. And for the next several weeks I'll keep an eye on that just to make sure I've done my job properly. Nice and film on top, nice and stuck. Now let's go with the sage and mint. Yeah, all nice and dry. Oh. Now you can also, if you want to, after you dried them all, then you go through all the drying process, you can put them through a food blender and turn it into powder. Which I'm not going to do on video, but I may do that tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm going to put this through a blender tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today. So one more tray. So what I'm going to do is tonight I will upload this video. Yeah, so tonight I'm going to upload this video, and then tomorrow I'll blend it. Take a picture of it and then use that as a thumbnail, if that makes sense. So one other tip is that when you're doing stuff like this, whether you're canning or dehydrated food, so make sure you wash and dry the jars and the lids properly before you use them. So I'll say that again. Make sure you wash and dry your lids and jars beforehand. Now sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. Doesn't sound like that worked. Oh, it did. It did. And there you go. So tomorrow I'll blend that and turn it into a powder. That's mint and sage. And that is rosemary. So tomorrow when I blend that through a food processor, the amount will be half. So it'll be roughly about there when I turn it into powder. That I'm going to leave as is. And then all I've got to do is put a label to say what it is. This here is, as you just saw, it sucks all the air out of the jar and it seals the lid on top. So you don't have to put this through a canner to seal the top. If you're dehydrated or dehydrating food, this little machine will suck all the air out of the machine. Doesn't suck the moisture out, just the air. So that's what that is. So if you're canning, then obviously you'll need a canner to can the food. If you're dehydrating, then this is just one way of getting the air out of the machine, out of the jar, and sealing the lid, if that makes sense. And there you go, guys and girls. In my next video, if I do something like this again on video, I will put, once I've done it, I'll put it through the blender to show you what it looks like in a powder form. I may even do it as a short. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, so there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next video. See you all soon.